This morning, something happened that shook me to my core. A 73-year-old woman named Evelyn Carter passed away suddenly. No warning signs, no dramatic health decline. Just here one moment and gone the next. And here's the terrifying truth. It didn't have to happen. We often believe that if we feel fine, we're in the clear. That our routines, the way we've done things for decades, are still perfectly safe. But the reality is, after age 65, our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to. Small habits that once seemed harmless could now be quietly putting your health, your independence, even your life at risk. Now, I don't say this to scare you. I say it to wake you up. Because the good news is, these risks are avoidable. You just have to know where to look. In today's video, we're going to uncover 6 everyday mistakes that far too many older adults make. Mistakes that can lead to serious consequences like falls, heart issues, strokes, and cognitive decline. The most dangerous part? Most people don't even know they're doing them. And don't skip out before the end, because the last mistake is one nobody talks about. Yet it could be silently affecting millions. If you're over 65 or care about someone who is, this information could save a life. So stay with me, take notes if you'd like, and let's rethink the little things we do each day. Because at this stage in life, prevention isn't just important, it's everything. Let's begin. 1. Don't exert yourself before breakfast. Why your morning routine could be risking your heart. Picture this. The sun is just coming up. You step out into the crisp morning air, and before you've had a single bite to eat, you're lifting heavy flower pots, shoveling the driveway, or going for that brisk walk you've done for years. It feels productive, but it could quietly be pushing your body beyond safe limits. Here's what most people don't realize. After a full night's sleep, your body has been fasting for about 8 to 10 hours. That means your blood sugar is low, your energy reserves are depleted, and your cardiovascular system is just beginning to wake up. For older adults, especially those over 65, this combination can be dangerous. Your body naturally releases a surge of cortisol and adrenaline in the early morning to help you transition from rest to activity. That's already putting extra pressure on your heart and blood vessels. Now imagine layering on physical exertion before your body has had a chance to refuel. The result? A sudden spike in blood pressure, strain on the heart, and in some cases, enough vascular pressure to dislodge plaque, triggering a heart attack or stroke. It's one of those habits we've always done without thinking, but the older we get, the more deliberate we have to be. So what's the safer path forward? Start with something small, a banana, a boiled egg, or a slice of whole grain toast. Even just a handful of almonds can give your body the glucose it needs to stabilize blood sugar and support basic cardiovascular function. And instead of jumping into yard work or heading straight to the treadmill, warm up gently, stretch your arms, do some light Tai Chi movements, or take a slow 5-minute walk around the house. These small steps signal to your body, we're getting ready, not rushing. Your morning should be a gentle ramp, not a roller coaster launch. Give your body the fuel and time it needs to transition safely. Because when you respect your body's rhythm, it rewards you with strength, not strain. 2. Don't get up too quickly. Your morning movements matter more than you think. Have you ever sat up in bed and felt the room spin? Maybe your vision blurred or your knees wobbled for just a second. It might seem harmless at first, just a moment of dizziness. But for older adults, that brief instability could result in a dangerous fall. As we age, our circulatory and nervous systems become less responsive. While you sleep, your heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, and your body settles into a state of deep rest. When the alarm goes off, or you naturally wake up, your body needs a few moments to transition back to full alertness. Jumping out of bed too quickly doesn't give your system that adjustment time. This sudden shift in posture can cause a temporary but steep drop in blood pressure, a condition known as orthostatic hypotension. For seniors, this can trigger lightheadedness, fainting, or worse, an accidental fall, which is one of the leading causes of hospitalization for people over 65 in the United States. It's not just about dizziness either. After lying still for several hours, your joints and muscles are stiff. Moving abruptly can lead to pulled muscles or even spinal strain, especially if you have a history of arthritis or back pain. So what should your morning routine look like instead? Start by waking slowly. Lie in bed for a minute or two. Take several deep breaths and gently wiggle your fingers and toes to get circulation going. Then roll onto your side and use your arms to ease into a sitting position. Let your feet rest flat on the floor for about 30 to 60 seconds before standing. Use a bedside table or chair for support if you need to, and once you're upright, pause. Let your body stabilize before walking to the bathroom or kitchen. This isn't about being slow, it's about being smart. A few extra seconds in the morning can be the difference between a safe start to your day or a trip to the ER. Let your body catch up with your mind. You've earned the right to move at your own rhythm, one that honors your health and longevity. 3. Don't strain too hard in the bathroom. Protecting your heart, brain, and gut starts here. Let's talk about something many people avoid discussing: your morning trip to the bathroom. It may seem like just another part of your daily routine, but how you handle this quiet moment can have a surprisingly big impact on your health, especially after 65. You might be thinking, I've been doing this all my life. What could possibly go wrong? The answer is more than you'd expect. Straining too hard while trying to have a bowel movement puts your body under intense pressure, and not just in the abdominal area. Here's the science behind it. When you push forcefully, you're increasing pressure in your chest and decreasing blood flow back to the heart. That quick drop in circulation can reduce the oxygen reaching your brain and heart. In older adults, this can cause dizziness, fainting, or even lead to a sudden cardiac event or stroke, especially if underlying conditions like high blood pressure or heart disease are already present. But it's not only the heart that's at risk. Excessive straining can damage the delicate blood vessels in the brain and gut. Over time, this can raise the risk of hemorrhoids, hernias, and even bleeding in the digestive tract. So what can you do instead? First, be kind to your digestive system. Add more fiber to your diet. Think fresh fruits like apples and berries, leafy greens, whole grains like oatmeal or bran, and plenty of water throughout the day. Aim for about 8 cups unless restricted by your doctor. Hydration and fiber work together to make bowel movements easier and more regular. Second, don't treat the bathroom like your reading nook. Sitting too long, especially while distracted with phones or magazines, can increase pressure on your lower body and lead to more straining. Instead, create a calm, focused routine. Sit with your feet flat, breathe slowly, and let your body do its job naturally. If you feel the need to strain, it may be your body's way of saying, it's not ready yet. Listen to that signal. Your bathroom habits might seem small, but they hold surprising power over your long-term health. A little patience and smarter choices can make mornings smoother and safer. 4. Don't isolate yourself. Human connection is more than just comfort. It's survival. It's easy to slip into solitude as we get older. Maybe the kids have moved out, close friends have relocated or passed on, and getting out of the house feels more like a chore than a joy. Suddenly, a few quiet days turn into quiet weeks, and before you know it, loneliness becomes the norm. But here's the hard truth. Social isolation isn't just emotionally painful, it's physically dangerous. Studies from institutions like the National Institutes of Health have shown that loneliness in older adults can raise the risk of heart disease, depression, memory loss, and even early death. Yes, you read that right. Being disconnected can take years off your life. Why is this? Because humans are wired for connection. When you're socially engaged, whether through conversation, laughter, or shared activity, your brain produces chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin, which help regulate stress and support overall cognitive function. On the flip side, isolation triggers chronic stress responses in the body, which can wear down your immune system and impact everything from sleep to digestion. But the good news? You don't need a packed social calendar to make a meaningful difference. Start simple. Call an old friend. Invite a neighbor over for coffee. Attend a local church service, a community center event, or even a book club. Don't be afraid to explore technology either. FaceTime, Zoom, and social apps are great ways to connect with loved ones who live far away. If you're more action-driven, consider volunteering. Many American organizations, from food banks to schools, welcome older adults with open arms. Volunteering gives you a sense of purpose in a community of people who value your time and experience. Remember, socializing isn't just about being busy, it's about being connected. Those small moments, sharing a meal, telling a story, being heard, fuel your emotional health just as much as a good night's sleep or a balanced diet. You've spent a lifetime building relationships. Now is the time to nurture them. Because aging doesn't have to mean retreating from the world. It can be a season of renewed connection, belonging, and joy. 5. Don't skip regular health checkups. Prevention is the best investment you can make. When you've lived through decades of life's ups and downs, it's tempting to say, "I feel fine. I'll go to the doctor when something's really wrong." But that mindset, though common, can be quietly dangerous. One of the biggest mistakes older adults make is assuming that no symptoms means no problems. The reality? Many of the most serious health conditions, like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers, develop silently. They don't announce themselves until damage has already been done. That's where regular health checkups become your strongest line of defense. Think of them not as sick visits, but as wellness checkpoints. Just like you wouldn't drive your car cross country without an oil change, your body deserves the same kind of preventative attention. Routine visits with your primary care provider can help catch problems early when they're easier to treat and far less costly. Blood pressure screenings, cholesterol checks, A1C tests for blood sugar, cancer screenings like colonoscopies and mammograms. These aren't just boxes to tick. They're tools to help you stay independent, active, and feeling your best. And it's not just your general practitioner that matters. Eye exams, hearing evaluations, dental cleanings, and even bone density scans all play vital roles in preserving quality of life. A missed hearing issue, for example, has been linked to faster cognitive decline. Poor dental health can impact nutrition. It's all connected. If doctor visits make you anxious, bring a loved one along. If transportation is an issue, many local senior centers and Medicare Advantage plans offer rides to appointments. The key is consistency, not waiting until something feels off, because by the time it does, it might already be serious. Health isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Don't wait for warning signs. Be proactive, ask questions, track your numbers, and stay on top of your screenings. In a world full of uncertainties, taking control of your health is one of the most empowering things you can do. 6. Don't neglect your mental health. Because a strong mind fuels a strong life. When we think of staying healthy as we age, most of us picture diet, exercise, and doctor visits. But here's what's often left out of the conversation: mental and emotional well-being. And truthfully, ignoring this part of your health can be just as harmful as skipping medication or avoiding physical activity. There's a common and dangerous myth out there that says feeling lonely, anxious, or down is just part of getting older. But that's simply not true. Emotional struggles aren't something you should just live with. They're signals, indicators that something inside needs attention and care. Mental health challenges like depression and chronic anxiety often go undiagnosed in older adults, partly because the symptoms can be subtle. Lack of interest in hobbies, sleeping too much or too little, forgetfulness, or irritability. These can easily be mistaken for normal aging, but they're not. The good news? There are powerful, accessible ways to support your mental health every day. First, stay engaged. Whether it's crossword puzzles, reading, learning to play a musical instrument, or joining a local art class, anything that stimulates your brain helps protect it from cognitive decline. Second, connect with others. Call an old friend. Join a walking group. Volunteer. Human connection is more than emotional comfort. It's biological nourishment for the brain. Third, move your body. Even light daily exercise like walking or yoga increases the release of endorphins, your body's natural mood boosters. And if you're struggling with ongoing sadness, worry, or grief, don't be afraid to seek professional support. A trained therapist, counselor, or support group can offer tools that restore hope and perspective. Medicare and many supplemental plans now cover mental health services, making it more accessible than ever. You wouldn't ignore a broken bone or untreated pain, so don't ignore emotional wounds either. Mental wellness is foundational to resilience, independence, and joy in your later years. Because thriving isn't just about being alive, it's about feeling alive too. As we reflect on Evelyn Carter's sudden passing, it becomes clear that aging gracefully doesn't just happen. It's the result of conscious, daily choices. The truth is, our later years can be full of vitality, purpose, and joy, but only if we protect them intentionally. From eating a small breakfast before exertion, to rising slowly, from staying socially engaged to attending regular checkups and caring for our mental health, each habit we've discussed today is like a thread in the fabric of your well-being. Alone, they may seem small. Together, they form a powerful safety net that supports your independence, sharpness, and peace of mind. If there's one thing we've learned, it's this: prevention is far easier and far kinder than recovery. Don't wait for warning signs. Don't assume that "I've always done it this way" still works for your body at 70 or 80 the way it did at 40. Our bodies evolve, and so must our routines. So what can you do right now? Choose just one of these 6 habits and begin tomorrow morning. Maybe it's eating something before walking the dog. Maybe it's taking 60 seconds to breathe before getting out of bed. Maybe it's making that overdue call to your doctor or to an old friend. And if you found value in today's video, please like, share, and subscribe. There's someone else out there who needs to hear this. Someone who could prevent a fall, avoid a stroke, or rediscover the joy of connection just because you shared this message. Aging is not about decline, it's about redesign. Let's keep building a life worth living, one mindful choice at a time. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. You deserve it.